Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League showcasing another very powerful team featuring Swampert. Swampert in the back on this ABB double ground line. Swampert can be quite the closer, especially in the Great League, and also on this team, Diggersby on the safe swap running Quick Attack. Quick Attack Fire Punch, I think, is a very versatile combination for Diggersby, especially on the safe swap. It's here to draw out any potential grass types or Metachams so that Charjabug can come back in, take out that hard counter to Swampert, clearing the way for Swampert to do some Swampert things in the Great League. And that is absolutely close the game strong. Swampert and Charjabug make for just about the perfect pairing in the Great League. And here we go. Venusaur lead, good lead for us. We do slightly outpace this Venusaur here. And our X-Scissors do hit for neutral, but they hit pretty hard. Venusaur, not the bulkiest grass type in the Great League. We're going to go for our first X-Scissor here. Not expecting a shield, and they do not shield. We're not going to shield either. We have some very respectable bulk. I would say slightly above average bulk on our Charjabug here. And that Frenzy Plant just does so much resisted damage. It's insane, forcing a shield out of us. This Venusaur is far too healthy for our backline. Although you could make a very strong argument that we could have let that go and maybe got to a Fire Punch on our Diggersby, but I would rather just get rid of a Venusaur if I know I have a Swampert in the back. So we're down a shield. That's okay. They've got a G-Fisk. I've not seen many G-Fisks as of late this season in the Great League, of course, with the Earthquake nerf. That kind of hurt G-Fisk quite a bit, among others as well. But that is all beside the point. They're going to go for an EQ. We do get a very fortunate attack drop here. And going to look to go for another Scorching Sands. And they do CMP tie us, so that is okay. We can let this go as well. We can't go down on shields. You generally don't want to be shielding your tanky Diggersby. Gonna go for the Scorching Sands, and they do let that go, so that's brilliant. Fully sacking the G-Fisk, and now we see why. They're putting the hope and faith in this Lantern here, as they were core broken by a Diggersby in the back. Also core broken by a Swampert. So we stay in to get one of those shields down. But there is a cost to doing so because they are well ahead on energy here, and Lantern with this much of an energy lead can be a bit of a problem for Swampert on even shields, and that's precisely what we have here. So gonna go right for the EQ here and grab that final shield, and now we've got to do some tap dancing. Lantern is quite the problem here. It's putting in a lot of work, so we're gonna let this go. We're going to go for this Hydro Cannon as we are not able to make it to an Earthquake, which is very unfortunate. I was really hoping that we could. We just cannot. So we have to get what damage we can. And Charjabug is still pretty healthy, and so is Diggersby, considering we are resisting this fast move pressure. They're absolutely loaded. They've got just about 2 surfs here, so we're actually going to shield this and force them to dump all of their energy. They have to dump all the energy as we are threatening to KO with a Scorching Sands. So now this should allow our Charjabug to take out this Lantern here. We just need 2 Volt Switches. They're energy dry, and holy smokes, Lantern, oh my gosh. So strong, it made that way closer, but we are saying bye-bye nonetheless. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, Lantern, OP, but we got that one done in the end. Good game, all played to them. The near perfect coverage of Swampert and Charjabug makes this entire team very solid, very strong for the Great League. And here we go, DD lead. This is another very good lead. Charjabug was picking up some nice ones this morning here, but they make a brilliant catch. One of the downsides to running a 4-turn fast move, it is very easy for your opponent to catch if they are running a 2-turn. So they do catch that on a Steelix, holy smokes, and we meet this with our Swampert. As Swampert on this team is the best answer to Steelix. And we throw with poor timing just to put intense pressure on them very early. You have to play out the 2s with a Steelix trainer that chooses to shield. So now we will begin to throw on proper timing. We throw on 4. If you run a 2-turn fast move up against a 3, you'll want to be throwing on 1, 4, 7, or 10. And that's what we do there. And we have to shield this. This is going to get us too low, and we will not be able to make it to another move if we let this go. So we're going to shield this as well. Shields are now down on both ends. Gonna go for the Hydro Cannon. It's not gonna KO, and I knew that, but I was thinking we can Mud Shot down and leave with a move, but they pivot, realizing what we're up to. Recognizing that they're not gonna be able to flip that, they pivot and bank a little bit of energy on that Steelix. So now we're back in. We do maintain alignment here. And we're going to go for our first X-Scissor here. Of course, hits for super effective. They go for the Thunderbolt, not wanting to debuff themselves. And now they're free to go for the Psycho Boost, but I'm not going to let them get to it. Going to throw the X-Scissor here. And I do anticipate they would come back in with that Steelix. Has a little bit of energy, but it's getting really low. It's a Shadow. I am thinking we tank this and we can get a nice little resisted farm down here. No, don't know what they have in the back. It happens to be a Registeel. So this is very good for us. We're going to throw this Discharge to burn the clock, and now it is Diggersby time. I was a little nervous that there could have been a Dugong in the back, but no, it's double steel, and this is great for Diggersby. Even though shields are down, they can hit us with a Focus Blast all they want. Diggersby eats that almost like it's nothing. It did some considerable damage. Gonna go for the Scorching Sands here. Doesn't KO, but we get a fortunate attack drop, and now Fire Punch will get the job done there. So they do top left as, they just didn't have the right team to go up against ours, unfortunately. Good game, well played to them. Again, guys, if you want to run Charjabug or Swampert and you want to know what's best to pair it with, they complement each other very well. If you don't have Diggersby, you can run G-Fisk. Speaking of, that's what we see here. We were trying to insta-swap, guys. The game wouldn't let us, and it actually threw a Volt Switch, putting us behind on energy here. That was unintentional. I wanted to swap as soon as possible, so we do shield this because they're staying in. So I'm reading that they're likely core broken by a Diggersby, which I wasn't expecting because most G-Fisk leads definitely have a Medi in the back these days. So I was a bit surprised to see them stay in here. So we're going to let this go and look to put in work on this G-Fisk here. We're going to go for the Scorching Sands. We tried baiting them, again, thinking that they were weak in the back, thinking we could get a shield back, but no, they just absorb all the damage, and they've got a Deoxys in the back. So not the Medicham I was expecting. We're actually a lot better up against DD than we are Medi with Diggersby, but we're actually going to bank that energy, because Switch Clocks are misaligned here, and they go for the Resisted Thunderbolt, not wanting to debuff themselves, and this is a very dominant matchup, guys. This is why Charjabug, very good in the Great League. It is definitely meta for sure. Easily the best bug type in the meta right now. Second best electric type right behind Lantern. So they're going to go Psycho Boost. We survived that. Again, Charjabug has some very nice bulk, above average bulk, I would say. And I'm just going to get rid of the DD here, preserve a little bit of health on our Charjabug. And I do imagine we're just going to go for this X-Scissor here. They're in resisted X-Scissor range. They're going to make them make a tough call. Do they want to shield this low health G-Fisk? They do not. They let it go. And they've got a Lantern in the back. We've got energy banked, so going to pivot back into Diggersby and really put pressure on this Lantern. The last Lantern end game put in a lot of work. I was determined to not allow that to happen again. And we do force them to throw here. So this is a lot better than that first one. We're relatively even on energy here with our Swampert. Even shields, not going to happen for this Lantern. And they do recognize that it's not going to happen as they do top left. So good game. Well played to them. I've really been wanting to run Charjabug lately, and I thought it was time, and I realized Swampert's a really good pairing with it. But here we go. Good lead. Medi, they have a Grand Bull, Shadow Grand Bull here. Oh, when they swap in one Charmer, you can generally bet the house that there's another one lurking in the back. Medi double Charm makes sense here, seeing what we are seeing. So we do get a shield with the Scorching Sands. Generally, I don't shield Diggersby, but we're actually going to shield this to preserve some health here. We will win this easily, but my concern is the charm damage. I don't think with all this damage here that we'll be able to make it to a Scorching Sands to hit that Medi with. Gonna try, just not gonna happen. The charm, we took too much charm damage there, but that's okay. We're gonna get what damage we can here with the Fire Punch, and we'll settle for that. Bring our Charjabug back in and go for a neutral hitting X-Scissor here on the Medicham. Of course, it doesn't KO, but it gets it at a manageable range, I would say. And we're going to let this go, fully anticipating another Charmer lurking in the back. So we're actually going to throw Discharge just in case they wanted to catch on us here. Yeah, so we're going to throw that. It's more expensive. And so, yeah, there's the second Charmer. And these charms are absolutely digging in. Of course, it's another Shadow Charmer. What a disgusting, dirty team here. My goodness. Gonna go for this Hydro Cannon here. Try our very best to make it to the EQ. I wasn't confident that we could. We may have been able to, but I don't think we could have made it there. And yeah, this is not trending in the right direction. They charmed us all the way down. Gonna shield this and try and get to an X-Scissor here, but yeah, they're close. They're right there. They're at another Weather Ball. So perhaps if we didn't throw the Discharge, we would have had enough residual energy, but I was concerned that I knew there was another Fairy, and I didn't want them catching a resisted X-Scissor, but good game, well played to them. The Double Charm got us, but I am very proud of my win rate over Double Charm. We'll take an L there, but here we go. Nightmare lead. We had an AWAC lead. That's an awful lead for us. And this is a pretty bad counter swap here as well. As we go into our Diggersby safe swap, they counter swap us with a Wall Rain. Holy smokes. We are up against it here. That is, it's looking pretty RPS here, not going to lie at this moment. But we grab a shield, so that's good. We'll take that, and they will not allow us to get to another Scorching Sands. We don't get the attack drop, but that's okay. We'll take the shield advantage. That's what you want out of a good safe swap. Either get you a shield or flip switch for you. So we're just going to align Charjabug back onto this Wall Rain here. Gonna let this go. We survive whatever they want to throw at us, and we're going to just look to get rid of the Wall Rain. As they do outpace us here. We're going to get rid of this, and Switch Clock is back up. So now we're going to put it all on Swampert. AWAC can do nothing to Swampert, especially up a shield here. And oh, they've got a Pawmot in the back. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, what a spicy team here. This is the first one that I've encountered in GBL, and they let the Hydro Cannon go. In case you're wondering, that thing is made of tissue paper. It is about as squishy as it gets, but it hits like a truck. And now things went from really, really bad to really, really good for us. Holy smokes. We get the shield. We shield this and make it to an EQ, and that is all she wrote for this AWAC here. Oh my gosh. Having a spicy Pawmot in the back saved us there. It was looking pretty bad, but good game, well played to them. Yeah, unfortunately, I think our previous opponent flew a little too close to the sun with the Pawmot spice. But here we go, Venusaur lead. We love to see this with our Charjabug here. That's the beauty of Charjabug. Handles the Calm Day Frenzy Plant users quite well, although this is a Shadow, so we have to tread lightly here. They do let our first X-Scissor go, as they do survive it, and they are resisting our fast move pressure. But the same can be said for us. We are resisting theirs as well. We survive a Shadow Sludge Bomb, and again, they can't quite farm us down. We're going to go for another X-Scissor here. Perhaps grab a shield? Yes, we do. That is brilliant. So we will match the shield on their next move just to get rid of this Venu here. Again, another strong case could be made that we could preserve the shields, come in, farm down with Diggersby, but they don't want to stick around for any of our nonsense here. Holy smokes, they catch it on a Licky, and this is brilliant. This is beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see. We had just the answer to Licky lurking in the back, coming in the form of our equally as bulky normal type, known as Diggersby here. We're actually bulkier than Licky, if you can believe it. Going for a Scorching Sands. No attack drop, and that is okay. Our goal here, leave this with at least one Fire Punch. I think I may get a little greedy and leave it with 2, just in case that Venusaur wants to shield. So we're going to absolutely load up here. We absorb all this damage, no problem. Again, Diggersby, believe it or not, thicker than Licky Tongue. You don't find yourself saying that very often. And now we'll go for a Fire Punch. It won't KO, but again, I want to get a little greedy and load up on energy and farm down. I want to be extra safe and leave with 2 Fire Punches. We survive another Body Slam, no problem. And yeah, as you can see, we survived that. And I'm thinking we should survive a couple of Vine Whips long enough to put the pressure on that Venusaur, which I'm sure will come back in. Gonna go for the Fire Punch here. If they want to shield this, we've got another one locked and loaded here. No problem. But no, they let it go to force the energy, and now it's all up to Swampert on a Dugong. Oh, this is getting a little close for comfort here. So we're gonna let this go. We do survive one Icy Wind here, and we have to land an EQ. We're gonna go for the EQ here. I'm really hoping they'll let this go, seeing that they debuffed us, knowing that they do survive. They do let it go. That's brilliant. So now I want to go straight Hydro Cannon here. We're not going to outpace to another EQ. Them letting that one go was all we needed. I'm just going to spam Hydro Cannon until this thing is gone. They should throw a move. We're going to throw this here, and they need to throw a move. But it looks like from their play pattern, excuse me, they're going to try and go for a farm down, and they're in trouble if they try that. Holy smokes. One of the advantages to having a non-shadow, my goodness. We are saying bye-bye to the Dugong. Oh my gosh. That one was close. Dugong in the back almost had us, but yeah, Swampert pulled through in the end to close strong. Good game, well played to them. Again, guys, I cannot stress enough how strong of a pairing Swampert and Charjabug are. If you don't have a Diggersby, you can run G-Fisk. You could also give Licky Tongue a try if you have one. But here we go, Sableye. Fairly neutral lead here. We do slightly outpace. Gonna go for a neutral X-Scissor. The Ghost typing does neutralize what would be super effective here. And we're actually going to pivot into Diggersby because I know Sableye often has double steel in the back, but no, they don't. They have actually got a Lantern. Just in case there's a Steelix or, you know, maybe a G-Fisk. It's rare to see, but you could see it behind a Sableye. Protects it from the Charmers. So just wanted to see what they have, a little peek at what they had in the back. Happens to be a Lantern. This is fantastic for us. We're going to go for another Scorching Sands. They let the first one go. This one should KO if they let it go, but they don't. They shield, and we get a very clutch attack drop there. And we would have survived at a Surf before the attack drop. That just makes it even more comfy for our Diggersby here. And got to go for the Scorching Sands here on the CMP. This they should let that. Yeah, they do let that go. We are up a shield. Diggersby coming in clutch yet again on the safe swap. It's securing a shield advantage for our team here. They're not going to press their luck too much with the overfarm. They're going to throw after loading up with a couple of Shadow Claws here. So now I'm still thinking there's a sneaky Steel type lurking, probably a Registeel. Registeel and Sableye pair together beautifully. So we're actually going to come in with Swampert and load up on energy here and go for this Hydro Cannon and see what they want to do. If they shield, I'll know that they're weak in the back to a Swampert. They do shield, so it's Charjabug time yet again. There's the Registeel. This Registeel has nowhere to go with this team, guys. Charjabug is an absolute hard wall to Registeel. We hard wall whatever they want to throw at us in terms of charge moves. We hard wall Focus Blast, we resist. Zap Cannon, we resist. Flash Cannon if they want to get spicy. So, again, why Charjabug? Very clutch in the meta, guys. We've been seeing a lot of Reggie as of late. Charjabug shuts it down as effectively as anything. So we're going to just go straight Discharge here, of course, and look to get rid of this Reggie. We still have a shield here. We are looking A-okay here. That doesn't quite KO, but another Volt Switch should do the trick. Switch Clock is up right on time. And all we do is shield whatever they want to throw. They do not outpace, and they do not win CMP. So we just shield this, and we win the game. They go for the Hail Mary return, and yeah, we were going to shield no matter what. They realized it was not going to happen. Unfortunately for them, that's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Swampert and Charjabug put in work, a very strong core in the Great League. And here we go. Alolan Ninetales, very interesting. Running Powder Snow, not the best matchup for us. They do thoroughly outpace to their Weather Balls. So, but they're really good into our backline as well. So we can't readily swap out of this matchup. We've got to stay in and put a little bit of work in on this A9 here. And they're already at another Weather Ball, so we're going to throw the Discharge. Of course, X-Scissor would be resisted by the Fairy typing. You want to be throwing Discharge on Fairies. That's why you can't really run Crunch in the meta. We're going to go for another Discharge here, really put the pressure on this A9. And we are now grabbing a shield. That's brilliant. We safe swap Swampert because I'm making a hard team read. A9 pairs, much like Charjabug, A9 pairs very well with Swampert. It is a classic pairing as well in the Great League. So I'm thinking there's maybe a Swampert in the back. So I want to have the energy lead if that is the case, especially knowing that we also have a Diggersby. And we grabbed the shield, so that is a major clue that they might be protecting a potential Swampert. I don't know. But we know what I do know is we have the shields. There's the Swampert. It's a shadow. I wasn't confident that a nerfed Earthquake would get the job done. In hindsight, possibly. So I elected to go for the safe double Hydros. Yeah, would be close. I just wasn't sure if a nerfed Earthquake would be enough. But we have to give up in a shield in the process. But we do get rid of this very, very hard counter to our Diggersby. So that's a sigh of relief there. Shields are now down on both ends. The A9 is hanging on by a thread. They come back in with the A9, so that leads me to believe perhaps there's a steel type in the back. Maybe a Basti? I know A9 paired well with Swampert and Diggersby in previous seasons as well, but no, it's a Charizard. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, I was hoping it was a steel type. This is bad. We've got to go for the resisted Scorching Sands. This is a shadow. We don't get the attack drop. That is unfortunate. We do survive a Blast Burn though. We don't have energy on our Charjabug. Our only hope is that a Fire Punch will KO this Charizard here, and I think it will. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, Diggersby coming in clutch, guys. We're saying bye-bye to the Shadow Zard, and we're quick attacking down the A9. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting Shadow Zard. Oh my goodness. That could have gone south really fast. But Diggersby comes in clutch in the end. My goodness. Good game. Well played to them. And that is the team, my friends. So, yeah, like I said, ever since the calm day, I had been wanting to run my Charjabug. I just could not decide on a good team until this morning when I said, I want to run it. So I started thinking about what it's weak to. It's weak to rock, weak to fire, of course. And I thought Swampert. That's the perfect pairing with Charjabug. Swampert in the back. Charjabug handles the grass, handles opposing water types. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. One of the strongest pairings you can run in the Great League as far as a core. And to round that out, I landed on Diggersby to make it a double ground backline to add an added layer of bulk as well as an added layer of steel coverage for Charjabug. And that ended up working out. Again, if you don't have a Diggersby and you want to run this very strong core, you could go G-Fisk. That's the most economical option. You could also give Licky Tongue a try. But my goodness, if you've got a Diggersby, that would be my first choice. That's a recipe for a lot of success with this very strong core. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.